Hey guys, Michael here,
Tony.
and welcome to Blogging with Michael and Tony.
Woo.
Fuck.
I don't think that's how this starts.
It's been a while since we've done one of these videos, but one of our subscribers asked us when we were gonna do one. So we told him Sunday. Today's Saturday, but it's okay.
It's about to be Sunday, technically.
Actually, technically, it is Sunday. It's past midnight,
We didn't
so
lie.
it didn't lie.
We didn't lie. We said we do it Sunday. We just didn't say what time. Ooh.
Oh wait, it's 11:58. Oh wait, sorry,
we lied.
we lied.
It's alright. Once we're done talking, it will be Sunday. That's all that matters.
We have the lovely cat in the background. You guys know she doesn't like to be on camera,
But she's here with us.
but she's here with us, and I'm not sure she's going to say anything or she's just keeping us company. But I did ask her to come out and side. So, it's a lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, a lot. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since, last time we did a video.
Like the late, great Cody Rhodes. Well, he's not late, but dead, but he has a podcast. What do you want to talk about?
Let's see.
Where do we begin?
What about your dad? I mean, there's not much to talk about on that one, but we
Yeah, there's really nothing there. I mean, after
So-
last time, we had talked to you guys about this. I mean, pretty much we had to call the law on him, and because
he stole
he wanted
Tony's
to
vehicle.
he wanted to sell a vehicle that had my name on it, and because we had the same name, he forced a signature and was like, "Oh, it's okay. We have the same name, so we're good." And that is a big no-no. You can't do that.
Well,
Especially
it's
with the law.
illegal. It's
So,
called forgery,
Yep. Can't
and
do
not
that.
just any kind of illegal. We're not talking about slap you on the wrist. Hey, don't do that again. This is a felony. It's not a misdemeanor. It's a felony.
You going to jail.
Now, because this is Tony's dad's probably very first
Offense,
offense, he's probably going to get, something like a very, very strict probation, no jail time, but he will pay a pretty big fine. And Tony's probably going to get some monetary, some money back.
Yep.
Nothing crazy. Like I think it was like $200.
I think so.
Tony had to spend $200 to get the title put back in his name.
And I was able to use that.
So the district attorney's gonna, we're assuming, because they asked how much did it cost Tony to get the title put back in his name, and so we're assuming the district attorney is going to probably try to give Tony, $200 in return. But that was that. And he had a court date, and his dad's very first court date, he didn't show up. His lawyer showed up for him. Well, second court date was March. What was it? I can't remember. It was sometime in March. Here in March,
It was
and
last week or the week before, I think, or something like that.
and it got continued. So me and Tony's going to try to go to the next one, which is in, I believe, April. We want to see what the ultimate punishment is. And here's the thing. I think it's hilarious. His father believes I'm the reason that he went to jail. I'm not the reason. Was I, on Tony's shoulder telling him, "Hey man, this is wrong. You should do something about it. You shouldn't let him walk all over you like that." Absolutely. Was I there to help him, guide through the legal process? Absolutely. But I was not the one that went to the detective about it. I was not the one that, you know, did any of that. And if we're being honest with you, technically all Tony did was report the crime. And if you look at the warrant that's signed, it does not say that Tony was the complainant. It says that the detective was the complainant. And it was the state of North Carolina versus Tony's dad.
Yep.
So, really, technically, legally, and technicalities of matter in courts and you know, legal process, technically, me nor Tony did anything.
Nope.
Right? We didn't do anything.
Nope. But somebody higher up in the state of North Carolina looked at it and was like, that's not good. You can't be doing this stuff.
Yeah. So, and there's a possibility that Tony's father is illegal. But we got told that his father had a driver's license. So if you have a driver's license, you've got some kind of documentation. But according to Tony, his father never completed the immigration status. So we don't know what's up with that. We don't even know if ICE has been contacted. Well, actually, they have. Tony actually reported his father to ICE. So, Tony is in a spot between this is my dad and I care about him, but this is wrong. And let's hear it out of your mouth. What do you think about it? Why the hell are you back there laughing? This is
No, it was the call. It was the call.
Now, what do you think?
like I was like trying to figure out. But I was trying to figure out like why are you laughing? This is a serious moment.
Because you were like, what do you think about it? It was so, it looked like Sesame Street. God. Anyway.
No. I don't know.
So, what do you think about it? How do you feel? Tell us a little more. I'm sure you keep going between this is my father and I care about him, but then this is wrong. I can't let him keep doing this because he's done it more than once. And not more than once to you.
Yeah, I'm just.
But to your other family members. Tell us how you feel. I mean, what is, in case your dad is watching right now, because you know your dad, he was friends with me on Facebook at one point. He probably knows we have a YouTube.
I don't know if he does. He may or may not. I don't know.
But if he doesn't, he's probably watching this.
I mean, there's really not much to say. I mean, it really is just kind of. I still do have feelings kind of back and forth some days. But I think majority of the feelings is kind of more of on the lines of, well, you did something wrong. You're going to kind of deal with the consequences now. And yeah, it's family, but at the same time, you know, you can call anybody family. You know, don't have to be blood. You know, you can do whatever you want. You know, but when it comes down to something like this, you know, I'd have to take the side of, you know, it's wrong more than actual feelings. And it's not just feelings, because if I throw feelings into this, there's a lot more behind the scenes that most people would, you know, think about. It's not just, you know, oh, this is my dad, you know, this is wrong. This is more of a, this is crap you've done to me for years, and this is kind of your payback for, you know, all the stuff. And it's not just me. This is stuff for my dead mother, my dead stepmother. This is for my siblings, you know, on that side. You know, this is for a lot of people that dad has done wrong. And this is kind of his, almost like karma kind of thing coming back to him. This is his payback, pretty much.
And so let's touch a little bit about the day you called your siblings and told your siblings. How many siblings do you have?
There's 4 of us total. Well, 5 of us total, sorry. With me, there's 5 of us total. One of them is disabled and can't do anything, so I don't really have contact or have a way to contact her. But the other three, I can get a hold of and talk to and stuff. The youngest one, kind of up in the air and kind of at first was kind of looking at me like I was wrong here, but I'm sure she eventually probably will see the bigger picture. But the other two that are older than me, they were a little excited about it. The fact that, you know, he's kind of getting to him, you know, what he deserves. You know, there's a lot of history with all of us kids and him, my mom and his, you know, and, you know, my stepmom and all. There's a lot of history with all of us together. And in reality, none of us really, I think, cared for my father as much as it probably came out to be. A lot of us tolerated him because he was just so stuck in his ways about stuff. He wasn't willing to change. He started to once my mother's had died, but even then he still kind of was stuck in his old ways about stuff, and he's just going to live life being by himself for the rest of his life because he can't keep out, you know, doing stuff that is wrong, you know, and doing it to people that care about him, or, you know, he just uses them pretty much.
Well, I'd like to put this out here. We're both Republicans here. And we don't know who's watching our channel, so if you're anything other than Republican or you disagree with what we're saying, please don't take it to heart. But there has been studies shown that illegal immigrants, not even necessarily illegal immigrants, but most immigrants that come from another country, they do not respect our laws here. They just do not care.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about one specific race. There are white immigrants, there are black immigrants, there are Spanish immigrants. We're covering them all. Now, you do have your good amount of of immigrants that come to America to live a better life and go work, and they put into society what they should.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Yep.
But a lot of immigrants come to this country and they do not care about our laws. They do not follow our laws. And when they come in our country, they get mad about our laws once they are charged, or once they are, you know, or anything, or they disagree with politics. They start waving the flag of the country that they just escaped from. And this is the way I look at it. If you disagree with our politics and you're an immigrant, you're gonna start waving your flags, you know, from your country, why in the hell are you here in the first place? If you're gonna wave your flags, that tells me that your country is better than America. There's a lot of protests have been happening over the last few months against Trump, and a lot of them are the leftists and immigrants.
Yep.
And they are upset with Trump on a number of different things, but they go around waving the country they come from. So let me ask you this. If your country is so great, why in the hell are you here? Why don't you just go back to that country? And that's not a racist thing to say. And I know you've probably heard that. Why don't you go back to your country? You go back to your country. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if it's so great, then why did you ever leave in the first place? Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
Because here in America, that we have the best laws, we have the most freedom, we have. Let me give you an example. The freedom thing. Did you know in North Korea, where Kim Jong Un is the leader? Did you know that anyone that has a cell phone there, you know they're not allowed to use the internet?
No, I didn't.
Did you know that there's only certain apps they can use, and things like YouTube are not allowed in their country? Things like TikTok are not allowed to be used in their country. And in North Korea, the government watches your phones.
No one doubt it.
So here in America, we have conspiracy theorists that believe, oh, the government's watching you, blah, blah, blah. The government's not actively watching what you do on your phone unless you are searching up some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
You know, something terroristic, or, you know, something like that. Government don't care what the hell you watch, you know, or, you know, you can go watch porn all day. Government don't care.
I'm sure they don't care about the little monkey video I'm watching. You
That's
when
my
I go to
point.
bed, you know.
But in North Korea, they literally watch you. There are apps installed and that you cannot remove. They are locked and you cannot remove.
Yeah.
Well, they monitor your text. They monitor everything.
Yeah.
And these people that buy cell phones over there, they're very aware that is part of the agreement. Okay, if you want a cell phone, you must allow us to watch every move you make.
Yeah.
You must allow us to listen into every conversation.
Yep.
Like there's literally an app installed that literally blocks things and allow to. It's like a parental lock.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Here in this country, in America, we're free. We do whatever we want. If I wanted to go get some guns and you know and shoot up my backyard, I can do that. I can do it from sun up all the way to 11 o'clock at night. In America, in the country, well, if you live in the city, I think it's 10 o'clock. And in the country, you be as loud as you want until 11 p.m. And we live in the country. As you guys have seen in the video, you see we're all in the woods.
Yep.
We live in the deep woods. So, you know, we can do whatever we want here in America. If we want to go get McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning, well, we can go get McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Because everybody in this household is.
They're fat asses.
Yeah.
You know? But that's my point.
Or
So,
if we all decide to take, substances and we eat till 5 in the morning.
that one day that me and Kat fucking took fucking THC gummies and fucking. Well, okay, explain it because I was high, so you can explain it a little better.
So both of them took some gummies. We'll leave it there. And they were just out of it the whole night. We were playing games and watching TV, listening to music, all this stuff. Well, I can't remember the whole night we did everything, but we did stuff, and then somewhere down the line at like 3, 4 in the morning, we're kind of hungry. We need to go get some food. Well, can we order? I don't know. I think Tony did a Subway one. We'll just send him. I'm like, okay, I'll go get it.
Well, let me jump in for just a second. So Tony is like, I'm not gonna take anything. I don't drink. I don't do nothing.
Which is the smart thing because
Tony's
in reality,
always sober.
somebody's got to be the DD here.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
in reality, I'm just putting myself out there to be the DD voluntarily.
There you go.
Before they think they don't think about this stuff when we all share, but I
We
think
all
about
share
it.
what? What are you talking about?
Food.
Oh, I thought you meant like drugs. I'm
No.
like, you don't do drugs.
No, we share food. So
We just had a conversation. Me and Tony just had a conversation last night where he says medication is pointless. Like if he's got a headache, he won't take Aleve or Tylenol or whatever, or the fact that
Nah.
we believe that Tony has diabetes and he won't go see a doctor
No.
to go get metformin for his diabetes or insulin for his diabetes or whatever.
But he's over here taking gummies and ended up in the hospital.
That was
You
a
guys
separate
knew-
incident.
But you guys knew about that, though.
That was a separate incident.
That we
I
know
took
of.
something that was way more potent and it had something else other than THC in it.
Something
I
other
dropped my lighter. Back, how your lighter?
Why do you need it now?
I don't need it right this second,
I'll
but
give it to you when you need it.
okay.
But in reality,
Okay, continue the story. Continue the story.
it was around like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we used to all get hungry. And he's sitting there pulling up McDonald's ad, and he's sitting there scrolling, and me and Kat are waiting for him to order so we can look at it and see what we want. It's going by like 10 minutes. He keeps just scrolling up and down. And we're like, have you ordered yet? He's like, no. Everything on here looks good, man. I don't know what I want. So he's clicking buttons left and right. He's just touching everything. By the time we get to the order, I think he had like
Like six or
he had
seven,
6 or 7 different sandwiches. He had ordered like 20 hash browns. And then
No exaggeration.
and then that's on top of what me and her,
drinks.
we had like 4. Yeah, he had like 4 drinks, and this is on top of what me and her, got our own stuff. That was just him. That was just him alone. Like we had probably like 10 to 12 sandwiches, probably 3 or 4 like plate trays, 7 I think drinks total, and at least 25-ish hash browns. And when I pulled up, I'm sure they looked at me like, "You really going to eat all this?
Are you the one?
Are you the one that's high right now?" No, I'm behind the wheel. The ones that are higher at home that I'm bringing this to. I didn't say that. I just left it alone. But you could definitely tell the workers kind of looked at me, had like a strange look after we had placed the order.
And you know what? I'm really surprised the order was right because everybody knows if you go to McDonald's,
At 4 or 5 in the morning.
well, not even that. Just if you have a large order, they mess up your order. Like they always miss something. But I'm really surprised they didn't miss something that time.
that we know of. You was just too high to not notice. What,
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
to be
but-
bacon on here?
Oh yeah,
I don't
and on
care.
top of that, on all the sandwiches, I remember I got a biscuit and gravy too. Remember that?
Yeah.
I got a biscuit and gravy too. Oh, everything was so good. I love McDonald's breakfast. I've always loved McDonald's breakfast. I hate their lunch and dinner menu. I don't like the Big Macs and all the chicken sandwiches and the chickens or the Crispies or none of that nasty shit. I like their breakfast stuff.
Like if I could see their chicken biscuit,
Or chicken biscuit for breakfast. Is
that,
amazing.
and then like I don't care any kind of McGriddle
Or steak,
sandwich.
egg, and cheese.
And the bagels?
Bagel.
And if they sold that all day long, I'd be happy. That's all I would ever get at that point.
Yep. But if you go down the line a few months after that, that's when I took a different type of gummy, and it fucked me up for 3 days. I was in the hospital for 3 days, and literally felt like I was in the hospital for maybe 6 hours. To me, it felt like 6 hours. I was so out of my mind. I couldn't use the bathroom by myself. I couldn't stand up by myself. I was total care. And I didn't even eat the recommended dose. I ate less than the recommended dose of what they suggested, and I still got that fucked up. I was actually in the hospital because I was like, it had hit me so bad. I was tripping balls too. Like I've in the past videos I've explained, what I saw and how I saw, but I was going through it and I was throwing up everywhere. I literally shit myself a couple times, and like I had no control over my body whatsoever. It was bad. It was so bad. Like I don't know how to describe it. But I had I had inhaled when I was throwing up. I had inhaled some of that vomit, and my oxygen was very low, and because that basically I had puke in my lungs, and almost died. I was in intensive care unit (ICU) at the hospital. I wasn't breathing out all the carbon, was it dioxide, monoxide, whatever we breathe out? I can't remember. It's carbon dioxide, monoxide or dioxide. Might be carbon dioxide. I don't remember. It's,
One of the two.
but yeah.
He was so out of it. It was like I would come up there and see him, or I would call or text it, hey, I'm on my way. I'll be up there. Or he'd be like, hey, I need this. Can you bring this or whatever? I'm like, yeah, I'll be up there here soon. I get up there, and I'd not even be in the room for like 5 minutes, and he's passed out. Like, he's out of it. And then I would try to talk to him and stuff. He'd wake up for like a minute or two. And
I wouldn't even wake up for a minute. I'd wake up for like, 20 seconds?
And then he'd be like right back out of it again. Like, he was like that bad off. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen this man just passed out and just not even wanting to like wake up, like to the point where he couldn't hold his body up or like look at you at all or like talk to you. Like, I've never seen him like that off. That's how I know it was like bad.
I got pissed off with the nurses and well, I guess CNAs that were. I don't even think there was any CNAs. I think it was just nurses. I'd wake up and realize that I had to use the bathroom, and they took my call button away from me, and because I was ringing so much to use the bathroom, but I could not get up by myself, or if I would puke on myself, I'd have to ring the button, and I'm sure I probably annoyed them because I'm sure they had other patients, but I was really, I really needed, I remember even asking, hey, can I have a sitter? I need a sitter. My girlfriend is a CNA. I know what a sitter is. She tells me about sitters all the time so they can watch you, monitor you. I need someone in the room with me. And they would not give me a sitter. Do you know why they did? Is it just a hospital thing, or is it?
No, hospitals have sitters.
They have sitters too. You might have to speak up a little bit for the camera, but.
If they don't have the staff, they won't do it, but they'll at least tell you that. I don't know why they wouldn't.
And Kat was still out of her mind. She was at home. She was going through it.
Need to work the next day.
The next day, Kat's still out of her mind. Drove all the way from Sanford to Cary. If you guys are local, you know that's about a 45 to an hour drive. And she gets to work, and one of her coworkers noticed that she was real quiet and dazed out. And a coworker says, "What is wrong with you?" She says, "I took a gummy. I'm fucked up." And see, Kat took way less than I did, so she was fucked up. And it lasted for her for how long did it last for you? Like a week?
Slow metabolism.
Yeah. So me, it lasted like 3-4 days. Like, it was bad, and I remember begging the doctor, please give me something to flush this out of my system. And they kept saying that there was nothing they could give me to flush it out of my system. Well, later when I got home and I was sober, I wound up asking AI, and AI pretty much said, yeah, there's nothing that the doctors could give you. Like most other drugs, they can flush them out of your system. But with THC, something about how THC and other shit binds to your cells and all this other stuff, there is no way to flush it out. So you just have to kind of deal with it. But the nurses and shit pissed me off. And I don't remember, I think it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, I call you up, Tony, come get me.
Yep.
And he's like, "What?" I don't remember. I don't know why, but I sent you a picture of my board that said who my doctor was or nurse was or something.
Yeah.
And I don't, because I didn't really remember you coming in and stuff. So, for some reason I thought that you hadn't been there. And I was trying to send you a picture of that to show you, hey, you know, this is where I'm at, this is what room I'm at. But you already knew, and I didn't know that.
Yep.
All I had the strength to do is to send him that picture. And I kept telling, I want to leave AMA, which means against medical advice. And I said, okay, fine. You need to sign this paper. I said, I ain't signing shit. I said, I want to leave AMA. So they pretty much was just like, okay, you know, whatever. I was like, if my friend comes and gets me, I can go home. They're like, yeah. So I called, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I called, Tony, please come get me. And I'm still high. I'm still fucked up. And this is the third day. And he comes and gets me. And if you guys know, I'm a smoker. But give me a lighter, please. I'm a smoker. And I'm a Mountain Dew alcoholic. No, it's not alcohol in this. But I'm a Mountain Dew holic. And you would think when I got out of the hospital, the first thing I would ask for was a cigarette. You know what the first thing I told Tony? I got in his car. And because I think Tony wheelchaired me out to the car, didn't you?
Nah.
Did I walk or did you wheelchair me out
No,
to the car?
I think we wheelchaired you out to like the front, and then we had to leave the wheelchair and we had to walk.
Because they had an attitude that was like, oh, you can't use that no more. Since you left to get medical advice, we're not allowed to let you use a wheelchair, this and that and the other. Man, I'm fucked up. I don't even know where my feet are. So we asked him, okay, can you at least help me get Tony? I think Tony asked us, can you at least help me get him in the wheelchair? No, we're not allowed to do anything. We're not. We can't even have to put his shoes on or nothing.
Yeah, they can't.
So I believe I was in your car without shoes too.
I don't remember.
I believe you came home with just socks.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause they took my socks off and gave me those grippy socks.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if we got my regular socks back. No, I wasn't wearing socks. Yeah, okay.
Bullshit.
But no, the first thing I didn't ask for a cigarette. I looked at Tony dead in his eyes. Man, I've been in the hospital for 3 days. You didn't bring me a fucking Mountain Dew.
Nope. I said if we had enough time, we can go get you one if we need to. We ain't far from the house. You'll be okay.
I didn't want a cigarette. I wasn't thinking about a cigarette, and that's really weird for me because, like I said, I smoke a lot. I smoke about probably a pack and a half to sometimes even 2 packs a day.
He'll wake up just to start smoking.
I'll wake up, smoke a cigarette, and go right back to bed.
Yeah.
So that's just who I am. But yeah, I didn't ask for a cigarette. I just looked at him right dead in his eyes. You didn't bring me a fucking Mountain Dew.
I was like, what's more important, the Mountain Dew or me coming and get you and taking you home? He's like, Mountain Dew. I was like,
Did I really say that? Oh.
Just the way you were acting, I was like, he thinks the Mountain Dew's more important now, don't he? Like, I'll leave that right back on the front door.
And, but yeah, that was that. Now, some of you probably have watched the video about us taking Cat's dad to court. You might want to get a little closer to the camera so you can kind of tell what happened with that. And
There ain't nothing to tell. Thought you already told him everything.
no, I never did do an update on
Yeah, we never finished it.
We
were
we
going
did
to, but
we did that. We told him that we took your dad to court. And then we told him about the first time we went, and he
We-
wasn't. And the DA was like, "Oh, we hadn't been able to locate him yet and serve him his warrant."
I think we left it.
And then, yeah, that's where we left it at.
What was it? A couple hours after we had called them or something about he's at the house that he got served it.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So he got served it. We had a court date. Don't remember what the court date was. January something, right? Yeah. Went to court and all that, and they gave me two options. And I don't really remember them word for word, but
it's okay. You can sum it up.
I think one of them was like trial it that day.
Yeah, go ahead and have a trial. What's called a speedy trial.
Yeah, or
Basically, like a
as-
probation. Like if he screws up, if he contacts Cat again, then they'll just go ahead and arrest him and try him without Cat ever having to be there or anything. So that's what Cat wound up doing. And so that's it. That story's done with. That's the end of that story. And they had the assistant DA pulled Cat out of the courtroom to talk to Cat, and I'm still in the courtroom because I was a witness and Tony was there too. He was a witness. And the other, cause there was two DAs, there was two assistant DAs there that day, and there was one talking to her dad, and there was one talking to Cat. And the look on her dad's face was he was pissed, and they pretty much told them, you know, what we were gonna do, and her dad you could tell he was pissed. His facial expression was pissed, and he says, "Oh, you don't have to worry about me contacting her no more. That's what we want. We just didn't want you to show up to the house because every time you come up to the house, you always had something negative to say. You always causing trouble. You were always trying to be violent. You were always, you know, wanting to come in our house when we told you, you know, we can't come in our house because of our dog." That's another subject here in a second. But yeah, so he was always causing trouble. Didn't matter what it was about. I'll give you an example. The day that Kat made her first big girl purchase, she bought a 2021 Toyota Corolla, brand new from the Toyota dealership. It only had, was it like 11 miles on it?
5.
Had 5 miles on it. And that's basically just from test driving it and stuff like that. People would come into the dealership and test drive it, but it had 5 miles on it. Brand spanking new car. She went to her dad's house to show it off, like, you know, look what I bought, you know, look at me, I'm making big girl purchases. And he had something negative to say.
He said it was a mistake and I wouldn't be able to afford it in the end.
Yeah. And that was, and, well, I turned the camera around, but we still have the fucking car. I mean, we've made every single fucking payment, missed one payment. And matter of fact, we went and got a second car. As you guys all know, the Ford Fusion that I've talked about so much.
Yeah, we showed him that one too, and he said the same thing.
Yeah.
And I had to circle around that he thinks I'm not responsible enough to do anything in my life.
But both cars, me and Kat bought together, not just her by herself. We bought together, both cars.
We're all in this together.
So, you know,
Copyright.
basically, our dad was just a negative person. And
Almost lost it.
that's why, you know, we didn't want him around. And at first I really enjoyed hanging out with her dad, actually. I really enjoyed her dad. But then once he got comfortable with me, his true side come out. And that's when he started talking bad to Kat. And I stood up for Kat and I said, "Hey, I don't care if she is your daughter. You're not going to talk to her like that in front of me." I said, "I'll whoop your ass, motherfucker." you're not gonna talk to her like that. Not in front of me. You talk to her like that before me and her got together, but you ain't gonna talk to her like that in front of me. And he didn't like that. He was basically, we were having a dick measuring contest to who was the biggest badass. And every time I tried to step up to him, he had some reason why he couldn't, or why he didn't want to, or just some kind of excuse, or But he'd run his mouth, threaten me, want to whoop my ass. But I'm like, come on, motherfucker. No, you have me arrested. Okay, fine. We'll meet up somewhere. You want me to come to your house? Oh, you come to my house, I'll have a 38 or some shit. I don't remember what the fuck.
A handgun.
It was some kind of handgun he said he had, but I believe he said it was a 38. I'm like, okay, then we ain't got to do it on your property. I said, come on, let's meet up somewhere. I said, I know a place we can go. I said, it's out in the woods somewhere. I said, you ain't got to worry about nothing. And when everything's done, we'll just, go separate ways. No. But motherfucker, I'll kill you. Oh, well, damn it, come on then, please, come on. Quit all that talking and come on. Anyways. So, the next subject, and this one's really, really sad. You guys may have seen just little bits of her, not much. But I had a dog named Dixie. Keyword is had. Yesterday, I had to put her down. She was 12 years old. Shut up, bird, it's not the time. I'm trying to be in a sad moment here, and you're singing beautiful songs.
Tweet. tweet.
But anyways, she was 12 years old. She was a pit bull mix. I don't know what the hell she was mixed with. But she got really sick, and it started out all this happened so fast within a month. Just 1 month it happened. All started with basically she was having trouble getting off because her spot is we have a love couch or love seat, love couch, love sofa, love seat, whatever.
So much of love in here.
Yeah. And on one side, Tony sat on one side, and the other side, Dixie sat on. Well, the side that Dixie sat on, she knew that was her spot. I would say, hey, baby, go get in your spot. And she'd go get in her spot. And we had her a doggy bed. So we'd tell her to go get in her bed. She knew what that meant. But anyways, getting off and up on the couch, the little love seat was very hard. It started to become very hard for her. To the point where she had to go to the bathroom so bad, she would hold it, and we wouldn't know. So she had a couple accidents in her spot, and I said just a couple. That's all it was, just a couple. But we learned that when she starts panting, that she was in discomfort. She had to use the bathroom. So we'd have to pick her up off the couch and take her to go use the bathroom. And even then, she couldn't hold herself up. She quit eating. Um, all she did was drink water. Like once we put her down on the floor, or whatever, we tried to get in her. We were trying to build her strength up. We were trying to feed her eggs because of the protein, because she had lost weight because she quit eating her dog food. So we were trying to cook her eggs, and the one time we did cook her eggs, she ate them. But the other times we tried to feed her food, she just would not eat. So we thought, okay, well, she hadn't pooped in about 3 days at that point. It was like, we'll go get her some medicine. So we went to Petco and we got some medicine for dogs to help them use the bathroom. And that was a mess. That was diarrhea everywhere. So I quit giving her those, and I'd give her one every couple of days. And even though I was giving her one every couple of days, she still wasn't pooping.
Got to the point where she wouldn't even take those.
Yeah, it got to the point where she wouldn't even eat those, and they were in the form of like a cube, and they were tasty. They were chicken and
Pumpkin.
no, the flavor was chicken, bacon, and beef. That was the flavor. But what it had in it was like pumpkin. It had, I can't remember everything it had, but it had stuff in it to help the digestive system of a dog. And she quit eating that. We tried to give her, we'd cook like pork chops or whatever. We tried cutting off a little piece of pork chop and give it to her. She wouldn't eat that. All she was interested in is drinking water. Now her water bowl, it was a very huge water bowl. It's about this wide. It was about this wide, and it was about this deep. So it was a very big, large water bowl. And we always kept water around. We didn't, pick it up when she was done or nothing like that. So her food always sat beside her, and her water was in a different spot. But she knew where her water was at. And she'd get down, and she'd drink that water, and she drank pretty much the whole entire bowl in one sitting. And then she'd throw up. And she just kept doing that. And to me, that I was trying to put in my head, well, maybe she's drinking so much water because, it's like your body's like, really needing something. So I was thinking maybe she needs the extra water in her bowels to, push poop out or something like that. But then she was doing this thing where she'd go, it looked like she would pee, but nothing would come out. And she would just take a squat and nothing would come out. Take a squat and nothing would come out. And if she did pee, because she was dying, we had these pads or whatever. And they were absorbent pads or whatever. Since she was having accidents and stuff like that. Basically, she would, the littlest tiny pee. And I mean, remember, she was drinking tons of water. So I was like, well, maybe she's having a, kidney stone or something, And maybe she's not eating because her belly hurts and the kidney stone, or, maybe, she's not feeling good in general. That's why she's not eating. Well, her belly was getting really tight and it was very huge, like a pot belly.
It was extended.
And it was very extended, and it wasn't right. And me and Kat had decided, give her a few more days, see if she would improve, and she never did. She got worse. So we had to put her down. And that was, like I said, I had her for 12 years. That was the most painfulest thing I've ever had to deal with. And all the way up to that moment of putting her down, and even afterwards, all I could do was bawl my eyes out. Every few seconds, I bawled my eyes out. Tony was bawling his eyes out. Kat was bawling her eyes out. Everybody was
Emotional.
very emotional. And let me tell you something, y'all. Everybody that feels like a pit bulls are dangerous and they'll turn on their owners, and y'all have no idea how loyal and how caring and how loving Dixie was. Not once did she ever turn on me. Not once did she ever latch out at me or any of that stuff. And she was so smart. Oh my God, she was smart. I taught her how to communicate with me, yet by saying yes, no, and I don't know. And how I did that was I taught her she would lick like this for yes, once for yes, twice for no, and 3 times for I don't know. And she could carry on a conversation with you. I mean, it is weird. You would think a pit bull, a dog can carry on a conversation. She'd carry on a conversation with you, as long as they were yes and no and I don't know, questions. And she was very smart. She knew what you were saying. You tell her to go lay down, she'd go get in her spot or her bed. Oh, she loved taking naps with me. She loved taking naps with her daddy. And I was her daddy, so she loved me. Kat would ask her, "You love daddy?" She'd say, "Yeah." And she'd start wagging that tail so hard. And I don't know if y'all know this about pit bulls, but pit bulls actually have one of the strongest tails of a dog. Not the strongest, but one of the strongest tails of any other dog. So when she would wag that tail, it'd go. I mean, it was. Whenever that tail was smacking up against whatever, it'd be tonk, tonk, tonk. Wouldn't it?
Pretty much.
And she was so smart, but I broke her from this. She was so smart, she used to go in the refrigerator by herself and wreck the refrigerator. Just get everything out of the refrigerator. And you can ask Tony. She was so smart. She can, like a door handle, she can open doors.
Yeah.
Using the door handle.
The round handles.
The round handles. The regular, you twist the door handle. She can open those doors.
Yep.
How many times she opened your door?
A couple times.
She would. We'd have to. It used to be, but she just kind of like stopped doing it. So we could stop locking the the deadbolt. But we'd leave. Me and Kat would leave, or me and Tony would leave, whatever. We'd come back home with the fucking doors open.
Yep.
And we knew we locked it, and we'd look on the cameras. It's her. She would unlock the door, and open it.
Look out here, see if we could realize we weren't. And she's like, "Oh, I'll go lay down now."
And so we had to start locking the deadbolt. But then she realized, started realizing, I can't open it no more. So she stopped trying to open the regular door. But the doors in the house, it didn't matter what room she wanted to go into. If she wanted to go in that room, she'd open that door.
And see, Tony's door, if you don't pull it all the way, like hard, it won't latch, and she knows that, so she'll throw her ass against it to bust it open.
I can't remember laying there one day. I was just sitting there on my phone, whatever. And next thing I know, I look up, I hear like my door, like someone's opening my door, and I'm thinking it's me, like Michael Cat trying to get my attention. I look down over, I'm trying to figure out, and I see this little dog just sitting there smiling, wagging her whole body, looking at me. Hi, Tony. What you doing? What you doing, Tony?
So,
Like, what are you doing? She looked at me and smiled, and then she run away.
but yeah, she was great, and well, now she's gone, and
we're all kind of emotional wrecks still.
yeah,
So
It's weird.
the house is not the same without her. Like,
it's really not.
the house seems so empty without her here. The house seems so quiet without her here. It's like the house is not alive anymore. It's hard to explain.
Let's put it this way. When I come home from work, or she would come home from work and stuff, and she would hear us like walking up the steps or like messing with the door, and she would either start barking or she would just start like, she'd like sit up and just get excited, like looking at the door and stuff, just like waiting for us to come through. And it was just kind of the funniest thing. With me, like she, as soon as I opened the door, she started barking away. Just barking, and then she just realized it was me coming through the door.
And she'd keep barking, but she'd be wagging her tail.
She'd be shaking, wagging her tail, like, "Hi, Tony. Hi. Oh, I sorry. I know you, but I still barked."
And then when me and Kat would come home sometimes, we'd unlock the door, and she'd be right there at the door, and she's pushing the door open as we're unlocking it, opening the door. Like, hurry up, open the door, come on inside. Like, she was waiting for us to come inside. She would literally use her nose and push force up against the door to hurry up and, open the door faster than we can open the door.
Had other moments where, like, let's say they wanted to go uptown to go get something from the store, or that they were out and about. And I came home from work a little bit earlier than them, and I would sit there, and she would look at me, and she'd be sitting in like either one of their spots, and then she'd just look at me when she realized it was me. She's like, "Oh, okay." And then after a little bit, I'd just sitting there watching TV or on my phone, sitting down, and she would eventually end up getting into her spot. And then as soon as she hears the car coming, she could tell it's one of y'all. She would just sit up right there.
Sit up, and her ears would perk up.
And she would just sit there and just stare at the door like she's eyeing something. But she was just waiting for it. As soon as they come in the door, she's wagging and just smiling away. She's like, "I know they're home."
Starts doing a little dancey dance.
Yep.
And I taught her too, and Kat hated this, but because Kat was like, "Damn, I can't have no fucking peace when I'm in the bathroom." But I taught Dixie, "Hey, when Mama's in the bathroom, you got to go in the bathroom, protect Mama, and not let nobody in there with Mama. Because I don't care who you are. If you're on the shitter, you're vulnerable."
Yep.
So, she'd go in there and she'd lay down in the bathroom with Kat, and she lay on the floor. And if anybody come towards our bedroom, because our bathroom is in our bedroom, we have a bathroom that's attached to our master bedroom. So anybody that would come close to the bedroom door, she perked up. She was ready to protect. And if anybody knows anything about pit bulls, they're good at protecting. That's kind of their nature.
Yeah.
And even though she was a girl dog, she had the most manliest bark and growl you've ever heard.
It was deep.
It was very deep. Like, "Hey, don't fuck with me. I'll fuck you up,"
Pretty much.
But she wasn't aggressive, not at all. She was a protector. And she was the most lovable dog. Oh, and she loved to give kisses. Oh my God. Cat would go, Daddy's looking a little dry over there, go give him kisses. She'd go over there and just hop up on me and just start licking away. Sometimes to the point my face felt raw.
Do I need to show the picture
No.
of the contact?
So,
We may put it in the video later. We don't know.
but she would literally just lick my face that felt raw. And Cat would just be like, if she stopped for a second, Cat would be like, Daddy's mouth's still dry. She'd go, like, just give me kisses. Well, I'd be like, DC, can Daddy have a kiss? And she'd just give me kisses. What's the matter?
Camera notifications.
Oh, okay. Cat's behind the screen issue. I was getting notifications from my Nest security cameras, and yeah. So my bad, but she would. She'd kiss. Cat wouldn't let her kiss her. So.
I mean, she could lick my face. I just didn't like lick in the mouth.
That's because she would, lick her own coochie and butthole.
Yeah.
But she knows that Cat wouldn't let her, so she'd like wait the Cat won't paying attention and sneak a kiss in.
And I'd be like, oh my God, you got me. And she'd start running in circles. Like she done won the marathon.
But yeah, she
She was something.
She was definitely something, and she had the most vivid personality you've ever see in a dog. And me and Kat used to make jokes about. I don't know if you guys ever watch Supernatural or into like the scary stuff, but we always would ask her, "Are you a shapeshifter? If so, come on." Shape into a human and talk to us. Come on now. Just because of how much of a human personality she had. She just, I wouldn't be surprised if she was a shapeshifter,
We watched the cameras very closely.
So, but yeah, that's another thing. See, like I said, we have Nest cameras. We have Nest cameras inside the house and outside the house. And when we'd be going away, we'd be sitting there watching Dixie on the cameras. And we'd push a little button to talk to her, and she'd just look at the cameras and wag her tail. And then she'd be like, I hear you, but I don't see you. Where are you? But she'd stare right at the camera like she could tell right where the sound was coming from. And then, like, some days it'd make her sad that we were gone. She'd start whimpering it because she could hear my voice but couldn't see me. So I didn't do it often with, the microphone. But, yeah, she was something else. And she was so lovable. She was just so lovable. And that's why anybody that come around her just immediately got attached to her. So, that is that. Now, on to one more different subject. My car. My car is finally back after 3 fucking months. 3 fucking months in the body shop.
Yep.
And I will never take it back to this person again. And here's what's bad is I have this person on my Facebook, and this video probably is going to go on Facebook.
Yep.
And don't take this the wrong way, and you know who you are. It wasn't you, but it was kind of like my car took way too long. And you as a person, I like you as a person. And me and you have a lot of things in common. We talk about 100 things and agree on 100, and every single thing we talk about, we would probably agree with each other on. But I couldn't take my car back to you guys ever again, your body shop, because of how long it took and the fact that even after I got the car back, there were still things that were wrong with it that I had to go back 2 or 3 different times for you guys to fix. And, you know, I can't do that anymore. But I doubt this person that I'm talking about, and you've met him, but I doubt the person that we're talking about and will actually watch the video.
Probably not. But
On the off chance,
yeah.
So let me tell you guys what happened. So I'll just give you a little recap. Me and Tony were riding around one night around 1 o'clock in the morning or so, and we were on an old back country road somewhere that was felt like fucking miles long. Just a straight road that felt like miles long. It was a very narrow road. There was hills on both sides that went up on both sides of the road. And all of a sudden, this big buck come out of nowhere. And I seen him because he was jumping over the hill. I guess the deer thought he could jump across the road onto the other side of the hill and make it, I guess. I don't know. But that didn't happen. So I literally saw the deer jump and looked like he was flying. And all of a sudden he landed in front of my car. And I swerved to the left on the other side of the road. And I still hit the damn deer. And I hit the damn deer doing about 50 miles an hour. I was doing 55. I slammed on brakes, so I'm assuming the milliseconds I had, I can only assume that, I only slowed down about 5 miles an hour. I got 2 estimates done. One from a place called Gerber, and the other place, I already told him before, Bill's Body Shop. And Bill's Body Shop, the people that run that place know my grandparents and really did me a favor. And I am very grateful. The person that owns that shop, let me tell you, I'm very grateful that you saved my car. I'm more grateful than you could ever imagine, because my car is my baby. I treat that car better than I treat my own self, and that's the God's honest truth.
Yep.
And you can ask Tony. I am all about maintenance. I am all about making sure it's got the premium everything. Premium oil filters. The Mobil 1 Extended Performance oil filters. Mobil 1 Extended Performance high mileage oil. Premium air filters. Premium cabin air filters. I do a transmission drain and fill every 30,000 miles. I wash that car like 2 or 3 times a week. Take it to a car wash 2 or 3 times a week. That car is my baby. So
the things that most people should normally do, he does it like on top of it pretty much. Like most things, most people, like me working in an auto parts store, I see this quite often. But somebody will, let's say they have a check engine light or something, and they'll get it scanned and they'll look at it and see what the problem is. They may take a couple days to a week to get it done. He'll look at the check engine light, figure out what it is right then and there, and if he can get it done, he'll get it done right then and there.
And I do it myself. I work on it myself.
So it's something that you would think should be normal, is kind of almost like an over achiever kind of thing to like the normal person. But it should be almost kind of like the normal thing.
Well, the 30,000 mile fluid change for
That's
the transmission.
over.
That's overkill.
That's an overkill, you know. But
Ford
most
actually,
other things,
Ford recommends you change the transmission fluid at 100,000 miles.
and that's what most people would probably do.
Well, no, actually, most people don't even change transmission fluid.
No.
Me, on the other hand, I change it every 30. Actually, I think it's every 30. Yeah, every 35,000. My bad. I change the transmission fluid every 35,000 miles. And I don't ever do a flush. I just do a simple drain and fill. And I use OE everything except motor oil. So I'll use, when I do the drain and fill on the transmission, I use Motorcraft Mercon LV fluid. You know, I want to 100% make sure that, you know, what I'm using is compatible with that transmission, so that transmission can last forever, hopefully. Maybe not necessarily forever, but, 400,000, 500,000 miles, And I know that's pushing it for any kind of transmission. I know that, but I'm hoping with the fluid changes and the maintenance and all that will keep it, But like oil changes, I am like on top of that shit like a motherfucker. It don't matter what it is, spark plugs, coil packs, whatever needs to be done. I am on top of it. I'm actually an overachiever, honestly. And but yeah, Beals Body Shop saved my car, and I'm very, very, very grateful for that.
Was really he could have just let it be, or
Because the insurance tried to total it. I begged the insurance, everything I had. I begged them for days, not to total it. Because it wound up doing, the car's value is only, I think it was like $14,000. What the insurance value the car at. And it's like 75%, if damage is more than 75% of the car's value, by law, they're actually, by law, supposed to total it. But there was no frame damage. None at all. There was no mechanical damage other than an AC condenser that got damaged.
It was little things.
All of it was bullshit, plastic, front bumper, headlights, just plastic clips. It was all that shit. But it was nothing mechanical other than the AC condenser. The frame wasn't bent, no airbags deployed, nothing like that. But there was a lot of damage, a lot of broken parts, but nothing serious. But there was, the guy that owns the shop, he would tell me, okay, call me back next week. I'd call him back next week. Every week he told me to call him back, every week.
Well, we're still doing this on it, though.
And the car is not even 100% right. Not really. It's like 99 point. Oh, it's like 99. I'll just leave it at that. Like 99, 98% right. But there's like, just stuff that's not like aligned right. Like the bumper's not aligned all the way. It's like this tiniest, and I'm not trying to be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Nitpicky?
No, not nitpicky.
That's the only thing I can think of.
I'm not trying to sit there and be like, Mr. Perfect, or this has got to be, but I feel like, but the car was like this beforehand. Well, this is where it needs to be after, you were supposed to be, putting it back together like it just come off the factory line.
Picky about it.
And, there's little small things. I mean, it's like a millimeter or two, the bumper is off, just not off, but like gapped. And it's stuff like that, But But you know, it's on there. I've tugged at the bumper. It's not coming off. It's not loose. You know, the hood is good. The hood feels a little wonky, like
Well, you can tell somebody like took it off, did something to it, and then tried to put it back.
yeah, but it's not bad. It's really not bad. And the car is very functional. You know, if you stand back, 5 feet from it, you couldn't tell it was ever wrecked. You know, you can only tell just small little stuff if you're like right there at it. But 5 feet away from it,
The car crunk up, and it acted like nothing happened.
oh yeah, that was the thing. When I I drove it back home, the car back home from the accident, and we were like 30 minutes away,
About, yeah.
and then the insurance wanted it towed to Gerber to get an estimate done, and so the tow truck company come up here and he was like, "Is it drivable?" And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, it cranks up and it don't sound weird or nothing. It just, just a bunch of plastic shit bumper and fucked up and shit like that." So, tow truck driver parked over there and he's like, "Okay, let me get the keys." He backed it up from over here and drove it all the way around and drove it right up on the flatbed. So,
Couldn't have been too far gone. If you could drive it on the tow truck, you're not that far gone, I'd say,
And see, the insurance company, what they was going to do, they was going to, give me value, whatever the car was values was. And then they were going to give the car to a company called Copart. And let me tell you what Copart does. They take vehicles that are wrecked, salvaged, and all that other stuff, and they resell them. And people will buy them and fix the damage and then just drive the vehicle and have a salvage title. But Copart, a company like Copart will sell them. It's an auction place. But usually they'll try to get, whatever, close to the value of the vehicle actually is. And my car wasn't dead. It was nowhere near being dead. And here's the thing. The car only has 78,000 miles on it when we hit the deer. And it's a 2017 Ford Fusion with only 78, well, at the time, 79,000 miles. And it's still got a very long life ahead of it.
Definitely a champ. Made it through it all.
And Cat can tell you, Cat calls it a race car.
Vroom, vroom.
Because all it is a 4-cylinder. And it's got no turbo. It's naturally aspirated. And it's got so much fucking torque. For a 4-cylinder, just naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. And so much horsepower. That car gets up and goes. It's a very fast car. Compared to Cat's Toyota. You push the floor to Cat's Toyota, it just goes, and we don't go nowhere.
You leave my grandma car alone.
And as you can't say, well, okay, well, maybe because something ain't right with the car. No, car's perfectly fine. The same maintenance techniques I do on my Fusion, same thing I do to Kat's car. I keep her car up and ready because that's her car to go back and forth to work on. And she drives very long distances back and forth to work. Like an 85 mile round trip. So her car has to be in really good condition, good tires. I'm a really big fan of the Michelin Defender 2s. That's what's on her car. They are really good tires. I just had brand new Duralast Gold brakes and rotors put on. So, I ain't never done brakes before, and I ain't gonna ever start doing brakes. I feel like I'm gonna fuck up on somebody's brakes, and it might kill somebody. But I'll work on it. I'll work on a car. I'll do anything else but brakes. I don't care what it is. And you guys can see in some of the videos, past videos, where me and Tony, we worked on his shit continuously.
Yep.
What?
Just tell him you got a piece of shit. Why don't you?
Well, Tony don't have a piece of shit now. He's got a, what year is your Charger?
2019
Tony's got a 2019 Dodge
Dodge
Charger.
Pursuit all-wheel drive
Yes,
with a
Pursuit.
5.7 Hemi.
Yeah, it's the police pursuit version.
It a big boy. It expensive boy. Whew, never had a car where I had 16 spark plug before.
Yeah, that car's got 16 spark plugs. But anyways, I helped Tony get that car, didn't I?
Yeah.
And he was very surprised that he was able to get that car. And so I helped him get it. And it's Tony's. I mean, it's in his name. So, you know, but I helped him get it. And he was very surprised that I was able to help him get it. And that car is very fast. It's all-wheel drive, so it loses hardly any traction. And it's fast. It's fast. But yeah, Tony's past cars, you know, that's why you guys haven't seen any more mechanic videos, because, well, I ain't really got nothing, you know, really anything major wrong to show you guys how to fix, because Tony ain't got a shit car no more.
Womp womp.
Everything's pretty much either it's going to be like a little maintenance thing or stuff that, you know, it's going to be replaced like years down the road. You know, nothing that major, you know, it needs right now. So,
But yeah, so, and this is helping Tony's credit too. That was the big thing we were having for it. It's helping your credit. Because Tony couldn't even get a credit card, or Tony couldn't even get a loan for $1,000. Me and Kat had to go and get a loan for him in our names for $1,500 one time. And that was to get the Mercury Grand Marquis up and running, like spark plugs, you know, because they had been sitting for 6 years in the woods. And it just all it needed to come back to life. Well, hell, it come back to life right away as soon as we put a battery in it, even though but it was misfiring, you know, a little bit.
it was having issues. I mean, it literally was just like a normal tune-up. Change out the battery, spark plugs, coils, oil change. We ended up doing a coolant flush on it.
Did we do it?
We did.
Yeah, that's right, we did.
Now, whether it needed it or not, I'll be honest, I don't know. But I wanted just to have all like new stuff and everything, so that's why we went ahead and did it. So
The car did burn some oil,
yeah,
and well, we didn't know if it was oil, if it was coolant burning. We couldn't really tell the color of the smoke, if it was blue or if it was white, because it was kind of hard to tell.
yeah. And then it didn't happen often, so that's where you would start it'd start up, you'd have a little bit of smoke and then it'd go away, and it's like, well, it's kind of hard to tell if this is, you know, coming from, you know, the actual.
And it wasn't condensation at all. It was.
No.
It was smoke. So we thought. So we had asked around. We did as much research as we could. And so, you know, we put Blue Devil, I think it was Blue Devil, in the coolant system.
Yep.
And it was Tony's idea, because he listened to his boss at work. And his boss said, "Oh, it's a coolant thing." And I kept telling Tony this whole time, "No, it's an oil thing. I'm telling you, that is the color of that smoke is the sign of it burning oil."
Well, it's funny about
The car almost had 300,000 miles on it, by the way. So yeah, it's going to burn a little oil.
The funny thing is, the stuff that we put in ended up coming out anyways while I was doing the whole coolant change. So,
Well,
I'll be honest,
not really.
it didn't even really.
Tony clogged up his heater coil. He didn't have no fucking heat. And here it is
I don't
around the
think
time.
I don't think it had heat to begin with. I don't think it never worked.
Well, anyways, I flushed the heater core, and Tony had heat all over again.
Yep.
And what was coming out was looked like rubber clots, like rubber clots of stuff that was coming out of the heater core.
Yep.
And after that, Tony's heat blew so fucking hot, he said it'd run you out the damn car.
Pretty much, yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that Tony didn't know how to do, and I taught him. And I'm glad I'm able to teach him because, you know, I think every man needs to know how to work on his own car. Right?
Yeah.
And I would say I taught you quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but you know how I learned? I learned because I was in Tony's shoes once upon a time, having shitty cars, buying from places like Buy Here, Pay Here, these, you know, cheap little $2,000 cars and shit. And, you know, once upon a time, a long time ago, you know, I've been in those shoes. So, you know, how I learned was from my own vehicles fucking up. And I taught myself. So it's either teach yourself how to work on your own cars or spend thousands of dollars at a mechanic shop.
Yeah, I'm just a girl, so I get someone else to do it.
Yeah, and Kat's car, she just makes me do all her stuff on her car because she's like, I'm just a girl.
She has privileges.
But the thing is, if I asked her to explain to me right now how to change the oil, she'd tell me right now. She knows how to do it. She just
No.
You open the doohickey and put the doohickey and then put the oil.
no. No, she legit knows how to. I don't know, you know. But over the years, she's learned stuff from me too, because, you know, I'll be like this, you know, I'll tell her about different things and what symptoms of this. If you're having these symptoms, it could usually be this or that.
And do I remember any of it? No.
Some of the stuff you catch on to.
What?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but, you know. But, yeah, so, I mean, you know, Kat,
Yeah.
I mean, she remembers a few things, and you know, she's just like, I'm a girl and you're a man and you should do my work, and you know, that's totally fine. That's exactly how it should be.
I just like filling up the windshield wiper fluid
Yeah,
and filling up the oil. That's about it.
you don't fill up the oil though.
No, I'm talking about when you change it.
Oh,
I like to put it back in.
yeah.
And I'll do the windshield wipers sometimes. They don't get on my nerves.
Also, she's a girl, so guess who has to pump her gas?
I won't get kidnapped.
Yeah.
But literally, she'll be coming from work, call me, hey, I need gas. So I have to get in my car, go meet her at a gas station, just to pump her gas, and then I drive my car back home, and she drives her car back home.
No.
Yes.
No, that only happened once because you wanted to use your upside.
No, that didn't happen just once.
It was twice.
It was
But-
often.
No, it wasn't twice.
It
It
was
was more than
often.
that.
If I don't make you drive there, I come home, I'll ask you, do you want me to go ahead and get it? Or you want me to come home and get you so we can go together? And you be like, I want to go with. So don't act like that I'm the problem.
No. You be like, you go pump my gas, right? I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that part, yeah.
So
But
she
if I
wants,
have to do it myself, I will.
but she would much prefer me to pump her gas
Yes, because he gets all the gas in there. I know.
for her.
I have a little thing that tells me like the number of miles to E, and I get it like 380. This motherfucker get it like 402.
But which could be bad because you know your charcoal canister, you could dump raw fuel into your charcoal canister if you do it too much.
Everything you just said, the only word I knew was charcoal.
Well, you have a charcoal evaporator canister, and yeah.
Just tell me later.
Okay, I'll tell you later what it does. Anyways, Uh,
Then it pretty much wraps it up, don't it?
yeah, I think we've pretty
Yeah.
much talked about everything. So
For an hour and 30 minutes. Just
an
over
hour and 30 minutes.
That's about normal. Yeah, that's pretty
Imagine
much-
living with these motherfuckers. So all they do is talk.
You see, and our most impressive moments are off camera. They really are.
And honestly, like we've me and him have talked before. We're like, dude, we just need to have a camera just following us around or something because the stuff that happens, that's the stuff that you put on YouTube.
Yeah. And then, you know,
Then we have days like this. We're like, what are we supposed to even talk about? And we sit here and talk about stuff, and then afterwards we're like, was it good? Yeah, I mean it was decent. We just kind of feel like, yeah, it was kind of boring. But then we'll go inside, and about 30, 40 minutes later, I'll spill something on me, or he'll trip, or, you know, we'll hit something, and it's like, that's what you should have put on
or we
there.
do gay jokes like, come here, Tony, let me whack your Peter. And he'd be like, okay, here you go. Or I'll grab his boobie, or he'll grab my boobie, or, I don't know, we'll make gay jokes. We're like, oh, yeah.
Joke's on you. His name's not Peter. His name is George.
But we don't actually touch each other's private parts, though. I mean, like
That's what
penises
he
or nothing.
says.
Tony
But-
wants to.
That's what he says, but behind closed doors, you know.
No. We're nut brothers.
Yeah, we're dudes.
We're nutting brothers. Yeah.
No. Honestly,
nut.
God, we're the most straightest people we ever met. Especially me. I love.
He is as straight as that curve road over there.
No, the fuck I'm not. I ain't nothing
That's what
curved.
they all say.
Listen, my mouth 24/7 is pussy, 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 titties, pussy, 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 titties, 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 pussy, 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 pussy.
I'm like, do we turn this into a song or something now? Like I'm waiting for the beat drop.
See, this is the normal shit that happens.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the stuff that happens when the camera goes away.
I'll be talking about fucking pussy and fingering pussy and how to make girls come and G spots and, you know, how males have A spots. Oh, I fucked Tony up the other night. I told him that a woman's clit is basically an undeveloped penis, and it turned his world upside down.
I was waiting for my chocolate chip cookies at that point.
What?
Does that
Exactly.
He was out of it. He was like, it really fucked with him. He thought, damn, I've been sucking dick this whole fucking time when I be eating pussy.
It's okay. It's
he
okay.
ain't never gonna eat pussy again.
I'm now going to become a nun. Tony, that's for women. Oh, sorry, I meant a monk.
But anyways, guys, so, you know my remote. This comes out whenever it's time to go. So,
Remember, kids, don't ever touch another remote.
that's right. So, again, my name is Michael.
Wait, what?
What the fuck's your name?
Who?
I said, again, my name is Michael.
Oh, sponsor today is Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, I love you.
Alright, I'm just kidding. For real, though. I'm Tony.
And I'm Michael. Peace.
That's Cat.
Peace.